BlackRock is heavily buying the recent Bitcoin dip, AVAX is launching its own crypto credit card, and Aptos may be about to form a God candle. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzz.io, and as always, not financial advice. We wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. All right, good morning, you guys. We are starting off today with Bitcoin, which is still, having a bit of a correction this morning, as well as it was yesterday. I still think we could probably come down here towards $66,000 and still be fine and head back up. Even 64 is all right, but not ideal. But we've had a lot of wicks this morning, which is, indicative of a lot of buyback pressure around this area, which is good, but it is still overall just drooping down. So I could see us coming down to $66,000 at some point. However, BlackRock and their IBIT investors are throwing $329 million into the ETF as Bitcoin has dipped 3% over the last day. So investors in BlackRock's iShares Trust have bought the dip, spending $329 million of flows into the fund on October 21st. The Fidelity-Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund was the only other United States spot Bitcoin ETF that saw an inflow on that day with $5.39 million. So BlackRock basically invested over $300 million. Everyone else had outflows or zero, and then Fidelity had $5.9 million as well. So this is the third time in 4 trading days that BlackRock has seen huge inflows of over $300 million. And BlackRock continues to lead all the spot Bitcoin ETFs, crossing $23 billion on October 21st, which is insane. Now, this comes as Bitcoin's price has dropped a little over 3% in the last day to just under $67,000. And like Trader Gel has said here, the market's selling off slightly today as expected, and that's okay. The weekly charts look primed. Be patient. Don't get shaken out. The fun part has only begun. And he actually shares this chart here, which I think actually looks pretty amazing here. I have a similar one. On the weekly chart, Bitcoin looks pretty amazing. It is broken out of this downward trend line and is actually now retesting it on the the top side here, which is amazing as a potential swing long or even spot. I actually posted this in the trading Discord today, so if you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's linked down below. But this looks like a potential, a great spot for spot buying, but also a swing long if you are a swing trader, where we have this potential breakout here and we could head higher. So around 67 to 66,000 is a pretty good entry with a little discretionary stop under the breakout candle, which is 62,400. So a soft stop there. If it goes under there, you don't really want to hold it very long. And a hard stop here, which you put in the exchange at around 58,900. So if we wick down below here, you probably want to get stopped out because we're probably going a lot lower. But overall, on a high time frame basis, this is like a weekly to monthly basis. This looks like a great trade for potential spot or swing trade. Now, moving on, we have VanEck adds staking rewards to Solana investment product in Europe. So VanEck has VanEck's Europe Exchange Traded Note or ETN for Solana underwent a key transformation on Monday, offering staking rewards for Solana for investors across the European Union, which is huge. Listed on the Euronext Amsterdam Stock Exchange in the Netherlands, the $74 million product will now accrue Solana rewards that are reinvested daily. And dubbed the VanEck Solana ETN, the exchange represents a new form of passive income for the fund's investors. So this is massive for Solana. Now, obviously, this is not something that we are going to get in the US with the current regulation. This is something that will probably take time, but Solana has been doing well around the globe. They actually shared, where was it, down here, that while VanEck filed for the Solana spot product on the Cboe BZX exchange first, 21 shares followed suit with its own filing a day later. And last week, the asset manager Grayscale filed to convert its multi-asset fund into an ETF in the New York Stock Exchange, which features Solana as well. And this all comes after following August's approval for a spot Solana ETF in Brazil. So Solana will hopefully see a spot ETF probably in 2025 in the US, but it's doing big things around the world. Solana products seem to be huge in everywhere else other than the US, so hopefully the US will follow suit at some point. Now, Solana is one of the coins that's looking amazing. As we're recording this, we're starting to have a little bit of a pump here, but Solana is one of the coins that has shown the most strength, and this is one that is, finally it's broken out of this. If we go to the daily here, it's broken out of this, resistance here, and now that it has, we are seeing huge momentum to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we're at 180 in the next few days. So it's looking pretty amazing. Unfortunately, we're probably a little bit late for an entry right here. we would have wanted to enter around 161 when it came back there the other day. So we're probably a little bit late for an entry for a good risk reward, but Solana's looking amazing. Now, the thing, if you probably noticed the title, this was going around the other day. It was a chart by Cointelegraph and some kind of TA expert. I don't know if maybe they were an expert, but this was going around and it was big on crypto Twitter, where Solana's chart was forming a bullish cup and handle pattern, setting the stage for potential 2,000+% rally to $4,500. And everyone's like, "Hey, bro, are you good? Like, which kind of TA are you using?" They're doing a cup and handle on the 1 week of Solana, where it went from $200 last cycle, $250 last cycle, to $9 this cycle, to back to about 200 now. And this cup and handle pattern is now going to propel us, which is like an equal movement from $9 to 200. Another 2,000% rally from here all the way up to $4,500, which to me doesn't seem very likely. I mean, if we got to $4,500, that would put it at a higher market cap than what Bitcoin is at now. So at some point, yeah, possibly this cycle, I don't really see that happening. But this is something that it kind of went viral on crypto Twitter yesterday. Everyone was like, "Hey, you good, bro? Like, you sure you don't mean $450, not $4,500?" But yes, probably not $4,500 this cycle. Maybe at some point. CoinEx is one of the best exchanges you haven't heard of. Like Gate.io or Mexi, they offer a lot of coins. More importantly, they offer the high-quality coins that you want. CoinEx is the only major centralized exchange that supports Kaspa's KRC-20 ecosystem. It's similar to Bitcoin's BRC-20 to be compatible with EVM tokens, and that's a big deal as KRC-20 meme coins are starting to make a big splash. CoinEx is by far the most liquid market in KRC-20 tokens. CoinEx also has a trading competition going on right now with the biggest KRC-20 token, and that's Nacho. The competition is going on right now, and the prize pool is 6.5 million Nacho tokens. Plus, CoinEx makes it easier by creating a spot trading pair with USDT. That's better than DEX options, where you have to buy Kaspa first, or even worse, a bridge or wrap version of a token that you already have, like CUSDT here. All that just to get the token you really want with 2 transactions and 2 gas fees. CoinEx eliminates all that nonsense, so use the USDT you already have and trade with it. The Nacho trading competition is ending soon, so get in there and try CoinEx today and get your share of the 6.5 million Nacho prize pool with a link down below. And then Avalanche has launched a new Visa card. So with this new card, you can use your WAVAX, USDC, or SAVAX to make purchases, which is pretty amazing because we all need crypto debit cards in the future if we're actually going to be using this money. So when you sign up for the Avalanche card, you receive a brand new self-custody wallet and a unique address for each of your assets. This means you can keep your crypto safe and sound while being able to spend it easily. And it comes with 24/7 dedicated support, which is great because regular crypto doesn't. The Avalanche card will also offer a range of features for you to keep in control, and you can set up spending alerts to know when you're using your funds, freeze your card if it gets lost, and change your PIN whenever you want. And this level of control ensures that crypto assets are secure and you have peace of mind. So pretty amazing. However, it is probably one thing to note is that this is not a bank and it's not FDIC insured. So if you have over 250K in it, just like a US bank, it's not insured. And unlike a regular bank card, your activity won't be reported to credit bureaus, which means it won't affect your credit card, but this can be a double-edged sword. And while it gives you more freedom, it also means that you need to be more responsible with your spending. So pretty cool. Avalanche launching their crypto-friendly credit card anywhere Visa is accepted. Pretty sweet. Then moving on, Chainlink is introducing a private blockchain transaction for banks. So one of the first banks to try out this new system is the ANZ Bank of Australia and New Zealand, and they'll use Chainlink's privacy-preserving tech to settle tokenized real-world assets as part of Singapore's Project Guardian. So this is pretty cool because on October 22nd, Chainlink has introduced two key privacy features for financial institutions. And the first is called the Blockchain Privacy Manager, which allows private blockchains to connect to the public Chainlink platform. And this means that banks can link their private systems with other blockchains while keeping their data secure. That's one of the things where, for a long time, I always thought, why are big financial institutions and people with big money and banks going to come onto a system where every transaction is not private and not necessarily, anonymous. While we do have pseudonymous transactions, at some point you can link these transactions back to a personal wallet. And so while there are these, pseudonymous transactions, a lot of times you end up finding out who they are, especially with how easy it is to track things on chain. So having this feature is pretty amazing and will hopefully bring a lot more money into crypto. And, with institutional involvement, we'll see a lot more funds flowing in. And the second feature is an encryption method called CCIP private transactions. This tool lets banks encrypt sensitive information, for example, how much money is being transferred and who is involved in the transaction. Exactly. So while they're doing business, they can ensure that private information stays private. Now, ANZ will be one of the first institutions to test this out and the new privacy features. They plan to use Chainlink's technology for the cross-chain settlement of tokenized real-world assets. So in simple terms, this means banks will be able to trade real-world items like property or stocks in a secure way on the blockchain. Pretty sweet. Chainlink is actually looking better than it was before. We're starting to make this bit of a higher low. So we've had this double bottom here, and now we're starting to see a bit of a higher low here. So if Chainlink keeps up, we might be able to break through this next level of resistance, which we're coming up to right now at 1232. So you can see we've wicked into this recently. Now we might consolidate over the next day or so, and hopefully at some point we then break above this, and then we're off heading back towards hopefully 1650 as the next level of resistance, 1677. So Chainlink looking pretty amazing. NFL Rivals launches a Monster Smash 2 featuring Adrian Peterson. So Adrian Peterson, who is a former NFL MVP, is a part of this event, and this special 4-week Halloween event allows players to compete in various challenges. They also unlock rewards tied to NFL players with standout performances in October. And the event star, Adrian Peterson, will have his editions available in several ways. This event is actually starting on October 17th, which was a couple days ago, at 8 a.m. PT, and will stop on November 14th. However, players will get to use Adrian Peterson and other NFL stars to help complete challenges and receive rewards with unique features during this period. This event consists of 40 stages, and as you progress, you collect items such as coins, gems, player cards, and epic rewards. And now in this event, candy is the main currency. Players rack up enough candy to unlock unique Halloween-themed players by tasks, and some of the game's best performing NFL stars, include Adrian Peterson, will be available in October. Adrian Peterson has many additions you can unlock through the game's promo store or by completing challenges. So NFL Rivals, which has actually been a huge game, is launching this special Halloween themed thing with Adrian Peterson. So that is pretty cool. I mean, NFL Rivals is one of the, I would say, biggest games by Play Mythical, especially with how many users they have, over 6 million. So that will be cool to see if anyone's into NFL and NFL type games. That is amazing. Then we have Aptos hits a 6-month high as God Candle forms and a rally is expected to continue. So we've had Sui, we've had Say, now Aptos, the other move language, is prepared to have a God Candle potentially. So Aptos has secured the top gainer spot on October 22nd amid a surge in total value locked in the protocol. Actually, where was it? Yeah, Aptos' TVL is now on a tear and now ranks 11th across all protocols by TVL. And this is pre-native stablecoins like USDT. So native USDT isn't even on it. It's only wrapped and bridged. So imagine what will happen once native stablecoins are live on it. We saw before that Sui had USDC come as native a couple weeks ago. So this brings in more money and more TVL to the protocol. And so Aptos doesn't even have that yet. And then Aptos' monthly active addresses are about to reach 10 million this month. So we've seen, Aptos and Sui have a steady increase in momentum over the past couple months. So Aptos was up 9% in the past 24 hours, hitting a daily high of $11.13, and the market cap surpassed $5.7 billion. This price comes as the altcoin broke out of a tight trading range, and which it lasted the last 5 days. Now, a couple of recent partnerships have fueled this rally. Firstly, Aptos integrated with Echo Protocol, a decentralized finance platform, on October 22nd, which pushed the total value locked in Aptos to $150 million. And the integration allows Echo Protocol users to earn rewards of up to 10% in Aptos, further enhancing the use cases of the altcoin. And then, moreover, Aptos also came under the spotlight after announced a strategic partnership with crypto exchange Mexi. This collaboration will involve joint initiatives aimed at promoting Aptos through a series of events. And so Aptos, if we go back here, is looking pretty great. Oh man, I remember we covered this a couple of weeks, maybe last week, and I had an alert here if it was going to come back down here, but this never got hit, which means it was actually strong because it never came fully back here. So Aptos has spiked up here to 1120-ish. And yeah, it's looking pretty great right now. No trade to take currently. It's probably going to, if we come back here, yeah, it might come and touch this. So this might be the next area for a trade. It comes around here. But if it does retrace this entire candle, it's not good. So if it comes back down here to $10, that will not look good. So the trade would look something like this. We'd have this. If we come back there, stop underneath this expansion candle. We don't want to see it retrace that. And then head for the highs, which I was actually targeting towards these next highs at, what was it? $18-ish. So that's still a great trade. You know, if Aptos is going to pull a SUI and have a bit of a God candle, this would be our next likely trade. So Aptos looking great, making these higher lows, looking like a good trade if Bitcoin can hold up, which it seems like it can this morning. We're coming back here, and we had a lot of wicks, a lot of buyback around this area. So as long as we can hold up here or maybe even down here, we're looking good for the week. But yeah, that's it for the video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow.